Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Nena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kamta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम हरे कृष्ण By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we have successfully finished 5 slokas in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the 3 modes of material nature. So, in this chapter, Krishna is answering Arjuna's question in the 13th chapter. So in the 13th chapter, Arjuna asked Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya, everything. And for that, Krishna is answering that Prakriti in this chapter, in the 14th chapter. Everything else we already know very well. We know about Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya, and Purusha, everything. But we are also the Purusha, the soul in this material world. We are stuck inside this material body by the 3 modes of material nature. That's the reason we have taken birth. That's the reason we are forced to take birth, forced to accept this material body by the 3 modes of nature. And the 3 modes of nature is actually binding us and forcing us to take this material body because we are so much attached to material sense objects in this material world. At the time of death, if you are able to detach from everything in this world, if you are able to completely forget this world, no connections, if we are able to disconnect ourselves from this world in all respects, that means we should not be disturbed by anything. Whatever we have heard in the past, whatever we are hearing now, nothing should actually bother or disturb us. So that's what is known as Sruti Vipratipannati. So yadate moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishari tada gantasi nirvedam srotavyasya srutasya. Srotavyasya srutasya. Whatever we have heard and whatever we are going to hear, nothing should bother us, nothing should affect us. Then we won't be forced to take another body in this material way. We won't be forced to take birth. So that means we are freed from Janma Bandha. So Janma Bandha is the bondage to birth in this material world. When that's going to happen? When we are able to completely detach from everything in this world. Then we will not be forced to accept a material body. And while living in this world, even now itself, if we are able to disconnect from everything, detached from everything, then we won't be forced to act. We won't be forced to do karma. There is no duty for us to do. We will become like Krishna. That's why Krishna always says that madbhavam sodigacchati mamasa dharmyam agataha. So what that means, that doesn't mean that we will become Krishna. We should not take it that way. If we take it that way, we are fools. When Krishna says that madbhavam agataga, mamasa dharmyam agataga, madbhavam sodigacchati, all such things, is the meaning is that we will not become Krishna, but we will be freed from the modes of nature. So we will be like Krishna. Like Krishna has no work to do in this world. Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokesu kinchana. So the same thing for us. We don't have to do anything in this world. If we are able to study Bhagavad Gita, follow all the instructions given by Krishna, and then if we are able to remember Krishna all the time, if we are able to disconnect ourselves from this material world fully, completely, so in that case, we don't have to worry about anything. In that case, we will be completely freed from this material bondage. So that way, there is no karma bandha. There is no bondage to work in this way. So we should act in such a way with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We should free ourselves from both the karma bandha and janma bandha. If we are freed from the karma bandha while living in this world, automatically we will be freed from the janma bandha. So because if there is no bondage to work in this world, then there is no bondage to birth in this world. So we don't have to take another birth. We don't have to accept another body. We will not be forced to accept a temporary miserable body. So that is the science we are understanding in Bhagavad Gita. So, but Maya is so powerful and very strong in this material world. It's very easy for us to forget the reality and get overwhelmed by these material manifestations. So, when we develop such attachments to material things in this material world, so then we will forget Krishna. So that means we will be moving away from Krishna. When we neglect Krishna, when we don't connect ourselves with Krishna, so then we are going to suffer in this material world. There is a only end result. The end result in this material world is suffering only. So wherever we are, it doesn't matter. Whichever place we are, wherever we are, as long as we are in this material world, we are in this material body, we are going to suffer. We are going to struggle, suffer. All such things are going to happen. Only if we go to Goloka, Krishna's well, then there is a permanent blissful life we can experience, enjoy there forever. There is no more suffering at all. So, in order to bring an end to these miseries which we are going through for so many infinite number of years, we have already gone through. We have already suffered enough, more than enough. So we need to escape. We need to now relieve. We need to free ourselves from this material bondage. That's what is very important. So opportunity is knocking our doors now. Krishna is giving us this opportunity. And now, how sincere, how serious we are in this effort. So based on that, we will be able to actually make progress. That's what is very important. So we can make a progress like this, or we can make a progress like this. It all depends upon how much effort we put. That's what is very important. So the slope should be very high. We should make a very, very strong progress, very, very fast progress in this spiritual life, in this spiritual progress. Because whatever progress we make, we are going to keep with us. We are not going to lose them. It's going to be permanently with us. So if we get ourselves very close to Krishna, we are going to stay closer to Krishna. Then we will be going to Krishna. We will be freeing ourselves from this material world very easily. But if we ourselves go very far away from Krishna by not remembering Krishna, not having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, simply ourselves attached to this temporary material things in this material world. So then what's going to happen? We will be ourselves far away from Krishna. Ye yatha mam prapatyante tam stateva bhajamyaham mama vatmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasva. So to the extent one surrenders unto me, to that extent I also reward them. That's what Krishna is saying. So that to that extent Krishna is also worshipping us actually. Bhajami. So Krishna is also serving us. He's serving us. It is like Krishna's service, like our service also Krishna is doing it. And Krishna is very happy in doing that actually. He's very, very happy. When he wants to serve us, Krishna is very happy because he is trying to please us. That's what is very important. So it's not that only we have to please Krishna. Krishna always wants to please us. Krishna always wants us to get out of all this struggle in this material world, and Krishna wants to serve us. So we should let Krishna to serve us. That is the problem with us. The problem is that we don't let Krishna to help us. We are not accepting his service. We are not accepting his help. So that way we are not able to receive Krishna's mercy. So we need to remember him. We need to think about him when we get his service. Then only we can get the service from him. Just by forgetting him, ignoring him completely, then how are we going to receive the mercy which he wants to give us? Krishna wants to give us, shower his mercy upon us, and we should not block it. We should open. So we should open our mind. Our mind will be filled with Krishna consciousness only. And we should clean our mind. We should drive away everything else from our mind, and only our mind should be filled with only Krishna consciousness. So always remember me, always think of me, become my devotee, serve me. Everything Krishna is saying because it is actually going to benefit us. So we will be freed from this material world when we do all those things for Krishna. If we don't do, then we are going to struggle in this material world forever. This struggle is becoming permanent. So it is the permanent thing. What's happening in this temporary miserable world, we are permanently suffering. That's a major problem. That's a major issue. So we are very fortunate to receive this knowledge, and we are making great progress and understanding all the slokas very well, the way Krishna wanted us to understand. That's very important. Because there are many so-called philosophers, they talk about Bhagavad Gita, but they don't even mention Krishna actually. That is so stupid. It's complete waste of time if you listen to such persons. If anyone says that he is teaching Bhagavad Gita, talking about Bhagavad Gita, if he is not mentioning Krishna, so then we should not be hearing to him at all. We should not be listening to him. We should simply stop. Because it's simply waste of time. And we are not going to gain anything. Only maybe we can boost our ahankara. That's it. If anyone teaches Bhagavad Gita or studies Bhagavad Gita or refers Bhagavad Gita, then always quote Krishna, always bring Krishna into picture. How many times Krishna said that Mam, Mama, Aham, all such things. And we remove all those things, and then Bhagavad Gita will not make any sense at all. So, because the very word Bhagavad Gita itself, that phrase Bhagavad Gita itself is the song of God. So that song of God, that is the song of Krishna. How can we get any knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita by not mentioning the name of Krishna? So that way, we are very fortunate to study Bhagavad Gita as it is and understand everything the way Krishna wants to teach us. So, when we get this knowledge, as we studied in the 14th chapter, which we are referring every day, the second sloka, Krishna says that if you take shelter unto this knowledge, then you will come to me, you will attain my nature. Then you are not going to be disturbed at all when this material world is created and annihilated. So, that kind of opportunity we have got. So, we need to free ourselves from the moha, the illusion, nirmana moha, jita sangha dosha. We need to give up all this sangha, the attachments to this material world. As I said in the beginning, we need to give up all the sangha attachments, so associations with everything in this material world. That's what jita sangha dosha. So this dosa, that itself is a faulty thing. Jita sangha dosha. nirmana moga jita sangadosha adhyatmani vidya vinivriddha kamaga. So adhyatma nitya, adhyatma. So with the knowledge about ourselves. And vinivriddha kamaga. So free from the desires, kama. Vinivriddha kamaga. Dvandvaihi muktaga sukha dukkha samjaihi gacchantyamuda padamavyayam tat. So dvandvaihi muktaga, free from the dualities. Gacchantyamuda padamavyayam tat. So that person who is not a fool, amuda, who is not a fool, so he will actually reach the supreme destination, the permanent abode. Gacchantyamuda padam avyayam tat. So that should be our destination. Our destination is actually Krishna's place. We should go there. We don't want to come here and suffer again and again in this material world. This material world is full of suffering, dukkhalayam, and we need to understand this fact very well and simply surrender unto Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So then we are going to go to Krishna's way. So that's what is happening for us. We are making progress. Every day when we study Bhagavad Gita, every day when we study these slokas in Bhagavad Gita, we are making great progress. We should keep studying Bhagavad Gita again and again, keep reading Bhagavad Gita and then spread this message. And because that way, this progress what we are making, it's becoming permanent in our life actually. It's getting stored. Krishna knows. So because we don't know when we are going to die, we don't know what's going to happen in this material world, especially these days. It's really, we understood that how miserable this material world is these days. This pandemic is never ending. It's keep on creating problems. So we are seeing so many waves. All these things are all because what is the surety? What is the guarantee that there won't be any other pandemic? What is the guarantee that there won't be any other problems? So no one is given any guarantee in this world to lead a permanent blissful life. So we are going to suffer and struggle. So that way we need to, this is the time for us to surrender unto Krishna. This is the time for us to get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and understand it fully, understand it completely and follow it and spread this message. And that way be engaged in Krishna's service all the time. That way we can free ourselves from Maya. Otherwise, we will be always controlled by Maya only. Always. Imagine 24/7 all the time. If we are controlled by Maya, our life is going to be very, very miserable. That's what is happening now. But fortunately, Krishna's mercy, every day we are able to connect with Krishna with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We are studying every day. The way Krishna is teaching us Bhagavad Gita, we are able to study and connect with Krishna. So in the 14th chapter, in the sloka, what we studied yesterday, in the 5th sloka, Krishna taught us very clearly that Sattvam Rajas Tama Iti Gunaha Prakriti Sambhavaha Nibandranti Mahabaho Dehe Dehinam Avyayam. So this Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna and Tamo Guna. So these three gunas, the mode of goodness, patience and ignorance, Sattvam Rajas Tama Iti Gunaha Prakriti Sambhavaha. So they are produced from the Prakriti. Nibandhanandi Mahabaho Dehe Deginam Avyayam. So they bind the soul into the body. So that's what Nibandhanandi Mahabaho Dehe Deginam Avyayam. So Dehe Deginam Avyayam. So now Krishna is continuing in the next sloka, in the sloka number 6 in the 14th chapter, what Krishna is saying that in the sloka number 6. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakasakam Manamayam Sukha Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanaga. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat. So in that Sattvam, the mode of goodness, because it is pure, it is Nirmalam. It's Nirmalam means it is pure. So it is the purest, Nirmalatvat. So that's why Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakasakam Anamayam. So that is illuminating. So that is illuminating and it is free from, it actually frees us from sinful reactions, Anamayam. So Prakasakam Anamayam. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakasakam Anamayam. Sukha Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanaga. So it binds us to happiness. Sukha Sangena Badnati. If Sattva Guna is there, it binds us to happiness. Sukha Sangena Badnati. And also it binds us to knowledge. Jnana Sangena Chanaga. So that's what we need. If we have knowledge, if we have jnana, then we will have sukha, we will be happy. Without knowledge, there is no happiness. So knowledge means happiness. So that's why this sattva guna binds oneself to happiness and knowledge. That's why sukha sangena badnati, jnana sangena chanaka. So Krishna is saying that, O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. So that's what Sukha Sangena Badnadi, Jnana Sangena Chanara. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 6 slokas in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, Hare Krishna. So I will discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna. And maybe 1 second.